still have a few stragglers. It was funny today. I met my one friend at the gas station, and this one black truck with this older guy, and this other guy pulled in. Now that one guy's been around me for almost 4 years. He's sitting in the truck like this. He looks like he's gonna be sick on the phone. Okay? He's literally like this. Okay? And he's talking on the phone. The guy gets to go back in the truck. He's like, I found out what's going on. We're out of here. A bunch of them laughed. Okay? Email undercover police. The were assigned to me. The ones for real know this one was innocent. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll tell the boys to look into it. Okay? I told them about Will being dirty. And that was a setup. How they bragged August 10th or 11th in Walmart 62 by the hair salon. They followed me around. It's tape and audio. People around me. They tape and audio in every aisle. Of how they call Will, explained Michelle. They set up, no one ever helped me. And they thought it was funny. No one would do the right thing and help me. Okay, I got away from it. Then I thought, 7. How I blew through so much. It's like, he was mean at first. I tried to tell him about what happened at Huntington Bank, how Dave called that guy. And how he threatened to knife me. You liar. I was crying myself. You confess you lied, or I'll arrest you. And he's screaming. I'm like, what? Okay? Hampering a witness is a very big felony. He should have said, my God, what time were you there? And I'll pull the surveillance and I'll get witnesses around to see what they seen or heard. I should be able to get them on tape and audio. And I'll pull Dave's phone number. So I tried to tell him about the Pizza Hut lady that the banker screamed at her to stay out of it. I mean, it was fiasco in there. He didn't want to hear it because they got a deal. Do you know if he has a girlfriend? I said, honestly, I don't know. And some guy starts rambling in the back. He said, stop, she doesn't know. He acknowledged the girlfriend. That's where they called him and explained, Michelle, got a deal. And if he said, I'll tell you what, I'll list you a foreman. But if you tell someone, I'll list you crazy. Hampering a victim from getting help that you're setting up, that you're not going to help, and no one offer help. And you're going to, yeah, he was very, very dirty. If someone actually pulls that phone call, they could get him for obstruction to justice, hampering a victim, a witness, and aiding and abetting crimes and accessory to it in his own admissions. And mistreating victims. Went ahead and listed me informant, put me in police protective custody, and had the cop touch a day per requirements of Department of Justice. They could nail Will for all kinds of crimes, and he's stupid, for we're on a recorded line. See, I gave the hotline like 45 minutes of shit. Of the 3 witnesses, the 2 period police, them impersonating me, Annie's number. Yeah. And then what a shame, guy. My head was spinning from being drugged up. It's retired Judge Pete's family. Oh, I emailed up there and the undercover police. Told you, the nice Ravenna officer with gray hair, mustache, and dandruff. My car's booked from the police for the protective light case. I could go up and sit outside the courthouse, say something, I walk in, he'd smile at me and say, "Hi, sweetie." I have the boys look into it, because it's for we all know this woman's innocent. Real. So it's, "Hi, sweetie." Okay? So the men that watched me know I'm innocent and know the case. I told them about Will. I told them about him kicking my door in, and they could line it up with the wall and scratch it off. I told them about them stalking me and date rape, drugging me before. And then they paid off Will for obstruction of justice to get away with this, and he was dirty. And the whole thing was a setup on where they could find it. Okay? Anybody can help me. Will knew it was Dave's girlfriend's family stalking me, playing Fatal Attraction. And he was that dirty. My one friend that used to work for the prosecutor's office, he said they're called backdoor deals. They sort of like slip in a back door. They pay somebody off or cut a deal that somebody gets victimized or killed. And until somebody else picks up the case, it keeps happening. Will retired real quick from where they explained Michelle. I'm sure it cost him quite a bit. Michelle's family had enough money to pay people to follow me around, harassing me. They had enough money to buy him cell phones, clothing, and for their time, groups and groups of people. And then they left me alone. And after the divorce, by Thanksgiving, they came down and started harassing me. Okay? Well, I talked to my daughter-in-law, Dixie. I said, "Did you know about Michelle?" "Yeah, I know about Michelle." And she said he hadn't been with her a long time. That's how he started dating that Kathy, and that made no sense. Okay? Kathy was a year and a half ago. And then I got to thinking, they showed back up here on Thanksgiving. He dumped her within 6 weeks. He got what he wanted and dumped that pathetic girl and that pathetic family that put all this money into it, thinking they were going to get her a husband, even if they had to kill the wife. And go in as far as knocking on my door, photoshopping, I guess, shower scenes and date rape, drugging me, thinking they were some kind of fucking assholes. All I had was bruises and got sick on drinks. And then come down here and harass me for their crimes? I don't think so. Most people with money, out of social grace, they cover up affairs. They'll pay off the spouse and say they were separated and get them annulment. They could have paid me off. They could have bought Dave and them a house. They could have done anything. They have a ton of money. They're the ones who've been paying for all this shit. And he used them and got what he wanted and dumped that pathetic family. They came down and take it out on me, where they kicked in the door. Within the first 6 days, 3 days of after meeting him, I started getting sick on drinks, started getting dizzy, waking up with bruises, hand marks, and cuts. And here they were date rape, drugging me, and telling me to say stupid stuff, and apparently photoshopping shower scenes, from what I heard, to make me look weird. And over 10 people have said stuff in front of the police, and several have went to the police and investigators of being drugged and told to say stuff before in shower scenes in the other room. And I'm glad they told on him. Retired Judge Pete disgraced his daughter that he had to go this far to get her a man, and then disgraced his family. Most rich people, if they commit crimes, they keep it under the cover. And you'll never know. But they made all this public to show how shamefully and sorrowfully pathetic their family is, that they would go this low and even break. They paid off an agent so they could victimize the wife. How sick are they? You talk about a Fatal Attraction movie. Now, if he's gonna kill me, why wouldn't he kill their daughter? They're not very bright people. Very dangerous, but not very bright. And they're sorrowfully pathetic people. You know, Will, in his phone call, offered me money. And I think they thought they'd come down for the fun of it and try to steal it. Will did nothing. He left me on his desk in front of my friend Becky. They were blaming Will for this and said, look, Will did little with the case and left it on his desk. He didn't just even bother because they paid him off. And I'll tell you what, if the Department of Justice, they can pull the hotline, then they can pull Will and how cruel he was. They can get him for hampering a witness where he could have got vital evidence and arrested Dave. I bet Dave called that guy before I have a phone call to make. I called someone to call him where the Pizza Hut did, and they had him on tape and audio threatening me. And that they were paying people to watch. They had them. And that was the guy that tried to kidnap me and tried to carjack me. He didn't want to hear it. And then set me up that I could never get out, hindering a victim with no way out. That's a lot of time in prison. And acknowledging the girlfriend, and that I didn't know, and that it was a retired judge's daughter, so he knew everything. He set me up. Just like they said, he set it up. And if they pull that tape of how cruel he was to me out of his for we're on a recorded line. They got him. I wonder how many other people he set up.